Welcome back to WCS America.
I just saw the video.
So did I.
Just amazing. I'm talking about, of course, the Fierce Fitness that myself and Mr. Bitter did. Or
No, it was Frodan and
Frodan
Nornlees. So let's go ahead and hop into Frost, our second map in the Illusion versus Astrea series. Right now, Illusion leading 1-0, and we're seeing him spawning down in the bottom left-hand corner of Frost. And Andre,
a little bit of scandals. Scandals!
A couple of racks. They were up to no good. Started making Reapers in the neighborhood. And in the bottom right-hand corner.
In more than one fight. Trust me.
And if the Stalkers aren't out, Astrea's not going to be all right.
That is true.
Astrea spawning down in the bottom right-hand corner.
I'm going to say this. Illusion should not have one last game. Like, as I said, 80%, I think I'm being very conservative with that. I felt like Astrea outplayed him, or outplayed Illusion for the majority of that game. And Illusion was pretty lucky with having that cloak. Although identifying it that fast, that's important too.
Are you going to spot a Reaper?
No way. Oh, wrong Reaper.
First Reaper. That's all he's going to see.
That's right.
So he probably is not going to feel like anything crazy is happening just yet, although he is going to send the Zealot out on the map. And we are soon to have 3 Reapers.
Hit squad, baby.
3 Reapers, 2-shot probes. It can be very frustrating for a Protoss player to deal with. We'll see just how Astrea copes.
Wow, this is some sick mind gaming. So what we can see, why isn't he going out with his Reapers just yet? He's waiting until there's a complete evacuation. Or he could just be waiting to surround the Stalker. And it looks like he is going to 3v1 the Stalker. Stalker does not do well in this situation.
Nope, that's a dead Stalker. And that's a great pick off right now for Illusion. Now that said, I'm not sure how much more damage he's going to be able to deal. Mothership Core is out. Second Stalker is on the way. And these Reapers are not doing anything aggressively. They're going to be playing kind of defensive. Did this Zealot get a kill? Yes, he did. Picked off the building SCV.
And now finally the Reapers are going to move out and about and try to do some damage, but it should be thwarted pretty easily. 2 Stalkers and a Mothership Core is more than enough to take care of that.
Mm-hmm. So was it worth it?
I would say for a Stalker, no. Definitely not. But we'll find out.
See if he can make it worth it. He's going to dance right up into the main base. Immediately going to be met by heavy resistance and immediately going to be turned away. So we've now got 3 fairly useless Reapers out on the map. It's a fun place to put your STEM research.
It's a bold way. Stalker and a Zealot in exchange for 3 Reapers that, yes, they are pretty useless at this point. Maybe some scouting value a little bit later on, so he just wants to see the tech variation. If Illusion always scans, which he just scanned. See, I think this shouldn't be a scan. This should 100% of the time be
a Sacrifice Reaper?
Yeah, a Sacrifice Reaper. There's no reason to be doing that. Or 2 Reapers.
Regardless, he did spot the Stargate, and that's pretty important. He's going to be able to prepare for things like Oracles or Phoenixes, and shouldn't take too much damage from this kind of an opening. It is going to go ahead and be that first Oracle that I'm sure most of us were anticipating.
They're pretty good, PvT. I like the new age Protoss, where we normally relied on robotics facility and observers to scout everything out, and at the same time be that detection in case of crazy builds like Cloak Banshees. But now, Cloak Banshees never really come out in this matchup, and even if that's the case, the Oracle is still reasonable.
It has an answer.
Yep.
It has some means of offering some detection. Illusion really wants to jump up here into the main base, and he is going to hop up. But he's going to be meted once more by pretty stiff resistance. The Mothership Core, 2 Sentries, and a Stalker, more than capable of chasing the Reapers away. And those Reapers really have not paid for themselves. But at the same time, I applaud Illusion for not being crazy with him. He didn't say, I made him, I might as well just throw him away. He's taking his time with it, and he's trying to find openings and dancing around, doing what he can with him. And he's getting a lot of scouting intel, even if he's not managing to get all the way into the main base.
Yeah, I mean, what they are right now is just a composition checker and a third base checker. He's just trying to see any potential timings where, Protosses, we see MC especially being that super greedy Protoss. Oh, killing a sentry! For 2 Reapers, that's a good trade.
Yeah, those Reapers aren't going to do much more at this point in the game, so he picks off a sentry. And still keeps 1 Reaper alive to hold Zelnaga Towers or just be thrown away as a scout at some point. First Oracle crossing the map right now. There is a single Widow Mine waiting for it.
Oh, in a devious position? Nope. I like to hide it right above the refinery. Nobody ever expects it.
We will see if this Oracle... Where did it go?
It's
turned around. It's a scared Oracle.
It's not devious. He's,
How do you pronounce that? Leote?
Lyote?
Lyote? Kind of like a coyote?
Yeah. But a liar. What do you call a lying coyote? A lyote.
I would call him Sleepy.
Sleepy? Why sleepy?
He's lying down.
Lying down.
Heyo.
Well played, Ben.
Heyo!
We got big movement out of Mr. Illusion from the southern side.
Yes, indeed, and this is going to go pretty much unseen as the Oracle, which was actually patrolling right here just moments ago, as repositioned around to the top half of the map, spotted the proxy barracks. And these 2 medevacs are going to unload right on top of a pylon in the main base. That's going to unpower 4 gates. Very frustrating.
And that's game ending almost. Well, maybe not. Maybe there's enough units here, but still, that's pretty brutal. That's a large portion of your units that you're not getting. These are the valuable time where you need as many units out in the field as possible so that you can either continue on with your 2 base all-in or you can grab enough units for your 3rd base. He has neither of those because that gets unpowered. Yes, it's just for the length of a pylon, but it does represent a lot because now he's doing a lot of damage that he shouldn't be doing.
Yeah. Also knocking out a Warp-In cycle or 2 from his opponent.
Yeah.
Which is,
this
isn't like Zerg where Larva continues to compile. Those Warp-Ins will never be gained again. As a couple of feedbacks are going to come down, and Illusion drops the stem, but doesn't look like he's willing to commit to a fight. At least not just yet.
And we can kind of attribute all this to the inactivity of the Oracle, right? The Oracle should have seen stuff like this coming. It should have been in the base of his opponent, really making a nuisance, having those Marines and Marauders inside the base, and if not, they know, hey, something's amiss. And stuff like this, Revelation, so important.
Yeah, that's a nice revelation right on top of that army. Going to let Astrea know exactly what Illusion is up to for a pretty long time. What are these Marauders doing? They want to stem and kill some High Templar.
Very smart choice. In the meantime, trying to snipe that 3rd base. He's moving into position. Illusion.
Third base is going to go down. There's no saving it. These Marauders have accomplished their mission of buying just a little bit of time, and as we can see, 3rd Nexus canceled indeed. Interesting choice, the addition of a couple of Widow Mines. These can be highly effective. They can also be highly not so effective if they do things like we just saw, exploding on singular zealots.
And I think, I mean, all he has to do is reveal it with the Oracle and he's good to go. But I don't mind the incorporation when you're relying so much on charged zealots to do the damage and to tank the damage. Just removing a lot of them and doing a pretty good amount of splash damage as well.
Storm is done, and Illusion doing some nice splitting there, and the Widow Mines fired off on something. I'm not sure what they hit.
He had a couple, a Stalker and a Zealot.
A couple more Widow Mines down here, and this army getting dangerously close. The Sentry's going to go down, and an Oracle is not going to go down.
Thought it might go on the Oracle.
Yeah, me too. Instead, it was a Zealot.
Oh, poor Marauders.
Yeah, they're going to get cleaned up here. Still no 3rd base from Illusion. He's got the 3rd command center turning into an orbital, but is still a ways from mining. But what he has done is very much stall Astrea from taking his own 3rd. Finally, the 3rd Nexus goes down for like the 3rd time. But Illusion still has a large army just outside of striking distance and can probably continue to pressure that base if he chooses to do so.
But I'm going to be critical on the build so far we have from Illusion. The fact that he has an armory not finished yet at 15 minutes into the game, he's asking for a really bad mid-game, end-game scenario. It's going to be +3 armor against a +1 weapons. That is not a situation where you can easily kite anything. So even receiving stuff, you need something like bunkers. And the only way to negate it is to get that +2 building armor. And Ben, nobody does that. I've been preaching that forever. Nobody does it. Except me.
Ghost's already out on the map for Illusion. That's what he's been doing with that extra money, teching up to the Ghost Academy, adding in the higher tech valuable units that ultimately won game number 1 for him. He's going to try to repeat the feat here on Frost. If we look at the army of our Protoss hero, Astrea, he's taking the center of the map. He's, again, got Storm. He's got basically a purely Zealot-centric army right now with just a couple of Templar, a single Immortal, and one very lonely Stalker.
Oh, that face. He's going for it. +3 is already finished.
This is a pretty good attack for Illusion. If Astrea decides to fight, looks like Astrea unwilling to commit there. Third Nexus has come up for our Protoss player, which means he's got that extra income that he needs so badly. Income tab shows us 64 Harvesters against 63 Harvesters, so pretty close in that regard when you don't consider the mules.
I'm still so scared right now for Illusion. I mean, hasn't started his +2/+2. He has 1/1 right now, which helps. But the transition is happening. Man, if Astrea just clicked on Illusion's units, he would see everything that's happening right here. He would know that attacking into this continuously would be advantageous for him, but he just hasn't yet.
For now, it's going to be a transition over to Colossi for Astrea. Illusion still has not built an armory that I can see. He's thrown down a second engineering bay.
No, he has the armory.
Where is it?
It was just very
there
late.
it is. So finally those 2/2 upgrades able to start up for Illusion. But as you've been saying, Andre, he's going to be fighting an uphill battle as the Protoss army is pretty well upgraded already. +3 armor has been completed. Attack upgrades now underway for our Protoss player who's begun the transition into Colossi. He has Templar out on the map. That's a great storm all over the army of Illusion. Second storm not as good.
These EMPs really do not matter nearly as much as you would think, because the armor is just so insane. Oh my god!
Time Warp Storm all over the army. Beautiful army control right now from Astrea, who, man, this is almost like a repeat of Game 1. It's just from the other side as Astrea takes a brilliant fight. Another good storm all over this army. And he's going to chase Illusion all the way to the 3rd base. There's not a whole lot of Terran army here waiting. A couple of Hellbats trying to join the fray. But what are they going to do against this Colossus? More good storms going down, and Astrea showing us a pretty fantastic game number 2 has done it.
Look at that units lost tab. It's the most beautiful thing ever, and it's just going to compile and compile more and more. Victory to Astrea. He played a great game in game number 2, and really punishing Illusion. Illusion loves that very aggressive style. 5 racks before that 3rd base. And I would say it's kind of an obsolete style. We don't see that nearly as much. Alive, I guess, is the Korean pro gamer that maybe does it the most. But even him, he changes it up a lot. He makes it as an abusive or a punishing abusive build rather than a staple.
Yep, evens up the series at 1 each, folks. We're going to take a short break. When we return, game number 3 between Root Illusion and Root Astrea to find out which Root player will be rooting for his teammate in Premier.